Video games have been around for a few decades at this point, and many ideas have become timeless. Many franchises from the 1980s and 90s still exist in one form or another. For example, back in 1994, while working for Microprose, a publisher of simulation games on PC, Scottish genius, programmer, and game designer Chris Sawyer would generate a landmark title with Transport Tycoon, before going on to change the world with Roller Coaster Tycoon. Now, Transport Tycoon was a business simulation where you managed a transportation and logistics empire, one rail and brick building at a time. Expanding across various goods and passenger transport, you would build connections between industries and towns to connect growing communities, and stuff your company coffers the whole time. Its simple 2D graphics on an isometric view were easy to read, fun for the time, and still allowed for compelling challenge. OpenTTD is one of the newer ports of the deluxe version, which debuted a year later in 1995. Today, we are covering Transport Fever 2, at least in a brief overview. While not a city-building game in the traditional sense, you are still influencing the growth of the towns on the map of your choice, connecting industries with chains to get you higher-tier items and deliver those items to the towns is a surefire way to help them grow while you also get wealthy. Moving people around, moving goods around, crafting higher-tier goods, it's part and parcel to it, but there's a lot of decoration that goes along with it, and I'm hoping that you'll sit back with me and enjoy the rest of this video as I showcase why this is such a good choice and why Transport Tycoon 3, which is coming soon, is also a phenomenal idea, something to keep your eye on. This is a small developer, and they have a lot of passion that they show for it. With a budding mod community that still exists both for PC and for console. Let's dig into it. Transport Fever 2 on PlayStation 5. You go to a free game, and this is the first screen you're going to see. Now, I do have the Fantasia map generator from the mod generator. I am not messing with any of this. I'm leaving it exactly as stock. I put in my name as the seed. There is no space at the end. There is no space at the end. Comes up with a really cool map if you look on the right side. This is a medium-sized map in temperate, 1:2 format, so it's a long, skinnier map in that regard. It's kind of easier to make long trains if you do trains well, which I don't. Now I have the towns and industries set to high. You may want to change that down however you like. This one gives me a lot more opportunity to really go forward and figure it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit X to go forward. Now I can generate a random map seed, or I can play the map. So if I hit to play a map, oh, and this must be part of the deluxe content that I purchased for Transport Fever 2. I've never even utilized these. I've never even seen these maps before. That's pretty cool, actually. It's going to grow in everything. I do like the fact that it has the very large lakes up at the top, and then down on the bottom right side, a smaller lake there too. And almost all of the cities are along either or near a river or near one of the lakes, with the exception of only one. So basically 1 or 2 cities that aren't really navigable by waters, I guess, so to speak. Now 1980s. Let's start with the 1980s, right? And now that gives us this. Pieces. Welcome. Provide the world with the transportation infrastructure it needs and make a fortune with transport services. Watch your trains run on rails, your buses and trucks thunder along roads, your ships power through the water, and your planes soar through the skies. Carry people on their way to work or shopping. Deliver the required cargo items to the towns and be the reason the towns grow and thrive. If you need help, press the L3 button, provides you further information on the windows and menus, etc., etc. Time is running. The longer I stay in this menu, have fun. So we're going to pause the game really quick and take a look at the map. Alright, this is the furthest we can zoom out. Like I said, it is a long, skinny map. So you can see the 80s driving around. could even take a look in their first person view. Sam's Diner. It's a great place to eat at. You know, where we got that one burger that one time. So, having looked over the map just a little bit and renamed a couple of assets, we can service New Belson, which is looking for bread, or basically food as one of its things, and even Sheeptown over here. Both of them require food. Now it just so happens that we have a farm here, which we will probably take advantage of, as well as the Belson food processing plant, and then we have this farm over here. This is going to be our primary farm, but now that I think about it, we do need to rename this farm as well to the Ducky Farm. So Ducky Farm is going to feed both Ducky Farm and this farm right here are going to feed into the Belson food processing plant, and then the food processing plant is going to feed out to New Belson and Sheeptown. That's the plan. Now we need a kind of more central access road, and we want something that's going to be fairly inexpensive. We have 30 million in the bank that we can work with, but I want this to kind of piggyback off of kind of centralized. Hold on, let me see. What is the most centralized portion? It's probably going to be right roughly around here. So we will probably take advantage of it right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to road. We are going to put in a road depot right here. It's going to cost, and we're trying to find the cheapest place. That's probably a really good spot right there. I'm not getting any audio. Why am I not getting any audio? That was weird. Why am I not getting any audio? You can use mouse and keyboard for performance. This will turn the music back on. Oh, I guess the construction is off. Okay, got it. Okay. Not a problem. And then we'll throw that on. There we go. I'm not sure I'm going to get hit. I don't think there's any kind of... I don't know if there's anything, so I guess we'll find out, won't we? Alright, so now that we have a road depot in, the next thing we need to do is put in additional road truck stations. Now this is going to be important because we need to figure out the logistics of how we're going to have this come in too. So for example, we do want to have people coming in as far as these going in, but then we want to have a separate one for out. So we also want to configure them before we do that. So we're going to go to settings first. We're not going to have any tram tracks on them. We want 2 platforms on the right, 2 platforms on the left maybe, and that might be able to handle both. Technically, you could do in and out on both. Will that be better over here though? No, perhaps better over here. As close as I can get it. Yeah, it sounds about right. Alright, so we're gonna the reason why we're gonna put the 2 on this one, or the one with the 2 platforms both on the left and the right, and maybe make it a little larger. Yeah, we'll do that way. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Is because this is the food processing plant, so we're gonna go ahead and throw that one down. But the other ones are not gonna be nearly as large. They don't need it to be as large. And so for those, we're gonna go ahead and make them. Well, the longer the length, the more stuff can be piled onto it. So let's do it this way. We're going to go 30 this way, and then now we're going to zoom out. We're going to put 1 over here by the Ducky Farm. Basically, you want it as close as possible. We are going to fly back out. We're going to come over here to this farm over here. There you go, that throws that in as well. I may have to come back and fix this. That is such a really steep road getting up there. Yeah, see how that's built in? I may have to flatten that, or not flatten out, but pull it out a little bit more. May have to come back and fix it. You can upgrade the roads, you can buy the roads. Lots of different additional options. Now that we have that stuff, now we need to be able to put in the actual truck stops themselves. I'm pretty sure that was the right one, was that right? Yeah, truck stations, I suppose. Now we need a truck station that's going to drop this stuff off. Now you're going to want to put them where they're going to get the most demand. So this is probably going to be the best spot right here. If we put it right here, because that's going to basically fit all of the white square areas. I'm not sure if you can see where that was. All of these things turned white when I put it down over here. Oh, let's go back. Go back with the camera. Go back, Sine. What? Throw it in. Slide. There we go. As close as I can get it. Actually, just break out a little bit because I want to be able to put trees around it to make it quieter. Because it's going to be a loud spot. Now, that's probably as large as we need it. That's going to cut out of the mountain a little bit. That takes care of New Belson. The last one that needed is going to be Sheeptown. However, Sheeptown, all of their stuff is going to be here. So I'm going to have to probably eminent domain somebody here. Oh, I can't do that. What about right? Is that going to eminent domain those guys? No, it won't. We'll be fine. I think that might actually work. Because I could hit almost all of this. That's perfect. I'm going to throw that there. That upsets these guys, and I'm sorry about that, guys, but I'm going to need it. All right, so I'm doing all of this while we're paused. It's still February 2nd, 1980. All right, so now that we've gotten that all taken care of, the next thing we need to do is we need to set up the lines. So we're going to go over to our line manager, and we're going to set up the first one. The first line we're going to have set up is going to go from Ducky Farm to the bringing the grain, right? The grain over to the food manufacturing plant, and then over to Sheeptown. Okay, that's all one line. That way, it's a closed loop circuit. As soon as it's done, the longest thing it has, these trucks will have, is the deadhead, the minor deadhead that gets them back over to Ducky's. And I don't know that I can drag the line, unfortunately, across. That's the only way that line has to go. I don't know that I can drag this road up enough because they're going to be fully loaded up. So while it just getting up this mountain that would suck. That's why we have to have to do the bypass all the way across. Unless I put enough money into it and tunnel through, which might be a benefit, but I mean, I'm not sure that's going to be worthwhile in the long run. I want to try to conserve as much energy or as much money, pardon me, as absolutely possible. Okay, so that's the first line that we have. Now, before we leave the screen, we're going to hit back out just a bit, and we're going to go over here and we're going to set our policies. So we're going to full load all. And you're going to set though to a minimum stop time of 0 seconds and a maximum stop time of 30 seconds. So that way they stick around maximum of 30 seconds to fully load up. And we're going to do that for all of them. Oops, go back down. Especially for these two. Because those are both the first one is going to go back. We're going to turn off everything, and we're going to only load 100% grain, and then we're going to unload. Yeah, we're going to load at this site here at New Belson East. No, was that what this is called? Oh, that is New Belson East. We're gonna have to rename that. Yeah, I'll rename that here in just a second. So let's go down. So we're gonna do that one. On this one, we're going to unload and the grain and pick up the food 100%. And then the last one, again, full load all. Go down here to 30 seconds. And this is going to be for each and every truck that we have. So the only thing we're going to do is scroll down to the unload, and you're going to unload the bread, the food. That's it. So looking back, unloading grain and loading up on the bread on this one, and then unloading the bread on that, and then loading up grain and unloading. Yeah, there we go. There we go. This is the only one we'll do the handover is over here at Sheeptown Sidings, which we'll rename those right now. So let's go back over here to this one, and we're going to rename, and we're going to name it as Ducky Industries. Ducky Industrial. There we go. East. All right, because she's a farm. She's got a beautiful farm. She was actually working on a farm earlier in this Sines Arcade Discord too, so that kind of works out. And then the next one is Sheep Sidings. which we're going to call this the Belson. Actually, we're going to rename that. Actually, let's rename that one. So we're just going to name this as Belson Foods. All right, Belson Foods. And then last one is Upper Sheeptown. We'll leave that as Upper Sheeptown. All right, so that's the first line. We haven't even added vehicles to it. We don't want to yet. So we're going to go back to the line manager and we're going to do a new line. And we're going to go from this stop and do the exact same thing. It's going to go into here. And then it's going to go over to New Belson here. And same thing. And I'll clip through this part. Now. All right. Now that we have both of our two lines set up, Belson Foods 1 and Belson Foods 2, and we have everything else set up accordingly, the only other thing we need to do really fast is go in here and make sure that those lines are set up accordingly here too. So for Belson Foods, we're going to have the first line. I want you to be on station. There we go. I want you to be on station 1 or 2, I guess. Oh no, I'm in the wrong spot. My bad. 1 here. And then here at Belson Foods, I want you to be on this side. Yeah. Yeah, for the food. So we want you to drop in and drop off on the inside, and then you're going to pick back up on the outside where the food is going to be. Okay, good. I like that idea. Okay. And then this can go to 1 as well. All right, so there's that taken care of for Belson Foods number 2. For here, we're going to... There we go. Pretty sure, right? Come in. Oh, I guess not. Well... But will they pick up at the same time? They should be. It should work that way. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, we'll test it out, because I'm pretty sure this is the right way. Like, I want to say it is the right way. Alright, let's try it like that. Oops. Okay. Alright, so the last thing that we need to do to set both of these lines up and start getting them working is going to be buying the actual vehicles themselves. So we're going to go over to the Sheeptown Road Depot. We're going to filter by sort, and we're going to go with cargo type. The first thing that we want is we want something that carries everything. So I think I already passed it up, right? I think it's all cargo. Any cargo type, yep. And we want all and type this as ascending, and we want them by capacity. Okay. We want just cargo. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right, and then we're going to hit circle to go back out of that. And so these are all ascending. These start with the lower ends. Now I'm looking at the capacity themselves, And I think that we can go up to here. This the Peterbilt's going to be the highest ones. However, these also have quite a lot of emissions. 70, it's not actually that bad comparatively. Looks like 70 might be the best board. So my Peterbilt might be our best bet. They are 608,000 and they cost 101,355 per year in maintenance fees. So that's very important to consider. So I think we're going to realistically need 2 trucks for each line as of right now. So I'm going to buy 4 vehicles. Okay, so the first 2 vehicles, our first one's going to go out, and we're going to paint it orange, and that one is going to line 1. This one is going to be painted red. Now you can paint them after the fact. I'm just painting them now for Belson line 2, and then when they hit the first marker, then that's when we will release the second one. So now we're going to wait for our trucks to come out. Beautiful trucks. Look at those beautiful trucks. Look at that beautiful truck action. Now they're both headed the same way, just simply because Ducky Farm is over here and the encyclopedia farm is over there, so then they have to do it. That's just how they are typically going to go. And I want to stagger out the way that the trucks run, because they normally won't stagger themselves too much. I could also upgrade these roads if I was feeling froggy because of how narrow these roads are. And obviously, once they're also this narrow, if I want to move in on this truck, for example, I can see that this truck is limited to 37 miles an hour. The 37 mile an hour line on that, or max speed, is because of the road type. So if I were to upgrade this road, then I would be able to actually see a faster speed out of it. So for example, if I pause the game and I go over to road, but then go to the streets, and I'm playing in the year 1980, so I have access to a little bit more as far as the streets are concerned. But I could go up to a large street, or I could even go to a medium country road, for example. And if I go open up the menu by hitting triangle and go over to this and highlight it, that's the magic, basically the upgrade mode. So if I were to jump out and upgrade, these are cost me 60 or 74,000 a year, but I think honestly it's kind of worth it, just simply because ultimately I will get more my vehicles will run faster on the road and get to where they need to go. Is this the fastest road they could go? No, not by any stretch, not even remotely close. But it does upgrade this entire road now, allowing my transport to be able to get to where it needs to go. This will just slow down just because the truck stop is there too. But now we can go ahead and go back to that first truck, this red truck. And notice he was at 37 miles an hour. Let's go back, and now it can speed up to a higher degree, a higher speed. My goodness, I can talk. Slowing down because of the curve. So I can go ahead and speed this up, because you can watch the actual truck as it tells you whether or not you're losing money or not. Remember, now we chose the truck we chose to follow is the red truck, which goes out to our secondary farming site, not the Ducky site. So now he turns here. The yellow truck, or the orange truck, continues on to Ducky's, and we'll check it out here in just a moment. But we'll follow him as he continues through winding narrow paths to come up and pick. Look at how much food they've already started stocking for us. We're absolutely going to have to raise a lot more trucks. We're going to have to raise a lot more trucks. But now that it's here, I'm going to pause. I'm going to go back, because now did he make it already to Ducky's? No, not yet. But I'll release it now anyway. So we're going to go in here. Road vehicle 3 is getting repainted, and that one's going to be orange, and you also go back to Belson 1, and then road 4 goes red, you go Belson 2. They will release from the depot and head out, and they'll be able to start getting into that. How much food is over here at the ducky plant? Same exact thing. So we're going to need a lot more vehicles. I'm going to go ahead and speed up here, and then we'll catch up here in just a tiny bit. Now I do have it on 3-speed, so I will catch up with you guys probably around the beginning of 1981. Check in by going to our radial menu, and we go over to our statistics. We can take it to 2 lines that we currently have. Right now we have 2 trucks going out. Both trucks are completely full for each line, so 50-50 cargo out of each with a frequency of 13 minutes. The more we can get that rate down, the faster. It's the frequency and the rate that really determines how well the balance is going to go. So I'm going to hedge our bets just a tiny bit. We're going to go into our vehicle manager. Go to Road 1, Belson Foods 1. We're going to grab both, and we're going to clone them. We're going to grab all of them, and we're going to put them on high running maintenance costs. Same thing here. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to clone those. And this is going to kind of back up a tiny bit on the trucks, but I think it's going to pay off in the long run. Like these next 2 are going to be backed up a little bit faster. Now that is going to run us in a bit of a deficit. Oops, sorry, wrong button. If we go to finances, you'll see here that, I mean, we've barely begun, right? So we've already hit February of 1981. And you can see how it breaks down accordingly. It's going to take a little bit for us to pay this stuff off, but food is going to be, this is going to be a fairly profitable fairly quickly once we can get the balancing act for each of these lines. Now there is an awful lot of traffic on this road beyond us, so maybe it might behoove us to actually expand the road even further. Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to have to do that. This is going to be more of a highway, technically. So let's continue to look down and see what we've got. Large country roads 62, extra large country roads. I don't think we need that much, do we? How much is it going to cost us? Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Oh, that one can't be. Oh, can this one? Oh, we can. Oh, not there. Why? Why? Oh, that can. It's not there. That's good. Keep going. Keep working it. Keep working it. Oh man. This is the kind of place that it needs to actually go around. Alright. That makes no sense. Why can't this one? Oh, it can. Right there. What about right here? That way you have bypass. What about if I get closer? Alright, hopefully that helps get traffic really like blisteringly moving from here. And will dramatically help our trucks too. So there is that. That is a massive boon. Can we upgrade any of these? I'd like to upgrade these now. I kind of like to upgrade these now. Kind of like to upgrade these. Let's go there. And keep going. Here. Yeah, that works. I like it. I like it a lot. That's going to make this really, really funky, but it'll work. They will like it. Alright, so let's follow this truck now. Yeah, see, they're filling it up almost as fast as we can drop them down. So I think we need to double up again. Truthfully, I think we do need to double up again. So we're going to do that one more time. So for Belson Foods 1, we're going to now, oops, and while they're all grabbed. We're going to make sure that everything is on high maintenance, and same thing here. So we basically are going to have a total of 8 trucks running all between the 3 sites on a regular basis. And this is going to be obviously that we just dropped 8 million, you know, like all that money. And that's going to be it for me today. I want to thank you so much for taking the time just to take a quick look at Transport Fever 2 along with me. There's a lot of mods available, lots of stuff available too. If you want to find out more, want to see more, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend. Consider becoming a member of our Discord or YouTube membership or donating in other fashion. And let me know down below what you want to see. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for watching, and I love you. See you next time.